Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Kenji Nagoshi. In this series I'm going to talk about Japanese corporate culture, and today I'm going to talk about Morita Akio, one of the founders of Sony Corporation. To someone like myself, I was born in the 60s in Japan and spent my childhood 70s, 80s, and Sony has a special place in my mind. It was a posh brand. When I was a kid, I was given a gift, a Sony transistor radio, and it was, I love the feel and even smell of the synthetic leather cover. Sony TV sets were fetched premium prices. Akio Morita was a real entrepreneur and inventor, and it is said that Steve Jobs respected him very much. Morita was born in a wealthy family in Aichi Prefecture near Nagoya, and they were a brewing family, sake brewers. And this business is a capital-intensive business, and you need to be wealthy to brew sake. Few generations before, the family business was handed down from generation to generations, but few generations before Akio Morita, they screwed up the business because they focused too much on art. They were an art collector, very keen on Chinese and Japanese art, and spent too much money and time on these things, and they didn't focus on their family business. But Akio Morita's father put the business back on track, and the family had the wealth to buy exotic things like imported record players and stuff like that by the time Akio was born. Apparently this game gave a much impact on Akio's behaviors and thought. Morita was born in 1921, I think, and during the war he was with the military, doing some development work for the military. And after the war, the post-war chaos, shortage of components and parts, he started to doing some piecemeal work to survive for government and other clients. He started a new company with his colleague Masaru Ibuka. The company was called Tokyo Tsushin Kogyo, Totsuko, and before that his development included a failed rice cooker, which didn't cook rice very well. Totsuko started to develop a tape recorder almost from scratch, real innovation, and started making transistor radios. In 1979, Sony launched groundbreaking product, a Walkman, which became very popular. I remember that one of my cousins who went to the city for university came back with his Walkman with loads of cassette tapes, American rock and roll music and folk music, something I've never heard of, and I was drooling over the new technology and the music that came with it. Those were the days. It is said that Morita inspired Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs respected him very much, and Walkman was the cue and the inspiration for the development of iPod, then the iPhone series. When Sony launched Walkman, which was the brainchild of Morita, there were a lot of objections from the company. Within the company, obviously Sony did a lot of market research activities, and many of his colleagues concluded that this new product will not be successful at all. There is no demand for this kind of product, but this is something very new, and Morita knew it will be successful. Morita was a music fan. His family had cutting-edge gramophone and a machine to play music imported from the USA in pre-war Japan, which was still poor, but his family had the wealth to purchase this music playing machine along with expensive discs. The Morita family had a great collection of classical music. Morita was such a music fan, and he wanted to listen to opera on his flight between Japan and the US. So he pushed the idea through and launched a product, a Walkman, despite the objections from his colleague. It's difficult to read the trend, market trend, doing market research. Does this help you to understand what the need is? The consumer needs can sometimes be something to be created. That's the ingenuity of people like Morita and Steve Jobs. Would you agree? This is where innovation and creativity come in. And I think Morita learned a lot from the environment he was brought up in by his family. He was expected, his father expected him to take over his family business and run the business for the family and for the community. But Morita had a passion. His passion was engineering, radio and electronics, and he went on to study further in a specialist university department, and because he wanted to pursue his dream, he joined the military and then went on to set up his own business after the war. He had his dream, and he did anything, literally anything, to pursue his dream. He didn't sleep. for his business, to make to do product development, and he was really passionate about his business until the later years of his life. It's fascinating. Well, what about contemporary Japanese corporate world? Do they have this level of innovation? What do you think? What do you want to know about Japanese corporate culture? Please comment below so I can explore. Well, thank you for watching this video. I'm Kenji Nagoshi, and please subscribe to this channel and click the bell button below. See you very soon.